Hey guys. So, Beneath the Lily Pad has now been out for like a month, which means that, hopefully everybody's had some time to hang with it, and I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Maybe for my own selfish reasons. Oh no. I'm trying to get this thing to be still. Let's see. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm here. I'm in my studio room. And I think if you go on to the questions, it's easier because otherwise it's just like... The record is preparing over harvest. Thank you. That's really nice. Okay. Tap to answer question. Questions. Why didn't you release the song you played live for the Archer? I don't know what you are talking about. Happy early birthday. Thank you. It's my birthday tomorrow, and I'm going to be 30 years old. I'm very excited because my 20s were shite, pretty much. Vinyls. I really am pushing for us to have vinyls, so I hope that those will be available soon. What else? Can I see the dog? Hey, Mark, come here. Come here, Mark. Come on, buddy. Sometimes people think, because his name's Marvin, sometimes people think that I'm saying Mark. I think that's really funny to name your dog Mark. Say hi. There he is. Famous Marvin. He's mad at me because he wants to go on a walk. Love you from Turkey. Thank you. I loved going to Turkey. That was like an incredible, I'm just gonna hold it. I'm holding it. The harvest is thoughtless. I'm surprised. A lot of people have been saying that they like Hark and The Harvest is Thoughtless, which is surprising to me because those two songs are so like raw and not, I don't know, they feel like more like poems to me. So it's cool that people are liking those. How did you choose the order of the track list? I had kind of like a vague idea of what I wanted to do, and then when I signed with RCA, my A&R rep, Ariel, she did the track listing for me because it kind of stresses me out, to be honest. What's your favorite track on the new album? Oh my god, somebody has like one of my old paintings as their profile picture. That's so funny. I don't even remember what the question was now. Last 4 songs are the best. Hark is my fave. Unforgivable. Which song took the longest and which took the shortest to write? The song that took the longest to write was probably Beneath the Lily Pad, which is like a really ironic thing to say, but we recorded it like 4 different times because I couldn't figure out what I wanted like this interlude to be. We changed the key, we changed, the rhythm of it and everything, and ended up at square one. I added lyrics to it, then I changed it, and it was going to be called Ophelia, and I then was like, that's really trite, and let's just have it be Beneath the Lily Pad. The shortest song to write was probably The Mothership. That one came out in probably half an hour, which was cool. Are you planning to come to Europe? Yeah, I am. I hope so soon. I don't know when the vinyl press is coming. I still don't know. Should I have somebody on, or is that might kind of creep me out? I don't know. Somebody's asking to be put on to the, oh, I don't want to see these. I want to see, what do you start making music? Do you start making music for this record based on your lyrics first or melody? It depends. A lot of times I play guitar and then, I got shit. Oh my god. A lot of times I play guitar and then write melody over it and then write lyrics. A lot of the times I'll just have like a bank of lyrics that I use to go back to and sparks inspiration. That's my guitar right there. There's my bathroom. I'm trying to wallpaper. Let's see. What are the questions? Are the gifts you painted sent some people have pre-saved? I don't understand. That does not make sense to me. I'm also a really slow reader, so this is a difficult thing for me. Let's see. What's my favorite lyric from the album? I really like, I think I've said this on here, but there's this lyric in Venus that says, something about the shadows cast so swiftly over the passing afternoon is my favorite lyric. I wrote that and I was like, that's good. Is the title in reference to Ophelia from Hamlet? Yeah, it is. It was so nice meeting you. Oh yes, that was nice. Can you tell us more about the production of Goodbye Old Friend? Goodbye Old Friend took a long time to write because I feel like I wrote the verse, chorus, and then like a year later I came up with the bridge. And then we recorded it so many times, and then we were like slowing it down, we were changing the key, changing the notes, changing the chords, like it was a mess. And then eventually we just had a bunch of session musicians come in and play it live, and then we were like, okay, this is what the rest of the album's gonna sound like, because it was kind of the pinnacle, or that was gonna be the original sort of single that we were gonna have. But then I ended up writing Unforgivable and The Mothership, so that changed a little bit. But I really love that song because it was like a step towards a new sound that I was like really trying to grasp at and make come to life, and was having a really hard time doing that. So when it came to life, it was very rewarding. During the Track by Track album premiere, you mentioned something about how you stood your ground on Harvest, on how it sounded, etc. Can you tell us the backstory of this and what you wanted the song to be? I don't know if I stood my ground necessarily. We had recorded a demo actually in this room, Drew and I, that was essentially like what the song is now, and then when we went into the studio, I think we were like flushing it out, and like Drew, maybe I don't know what exactly happened, but I probably bossed him around in some form or another, as usual. It ended up being almost exactly like what it was originally. So I know there was no video. Oh, there's a video when I sing You Make It Easier, Cheesier. Wondering when did you decide to remove the cheesier? Bitch. Girl, it never actually said cheesier. I hope that's a joke. That's hilarious. I just, I'm lactose intolerant. I changed it from cheesier to easier. Am I coming to Mexico? Yes. How many instruments do you play? I just play guitar, and I think also people don't recognize this as much, but singing is very much an instrument. It's incredibly difficult to sing well, and I take it very seriously. I like playing guitar, but I don't like necessarily playing it live. I don't have like a draw to pick it up every day either. So I would say predominantly I think of myself as a vocalist who writes songs on, guitar and occasionally piano. Are we gonna release CDs? I'm not sure if that. I don't know. Can you tell us about the story and inspo behind Goodbye Old Friend? Yeah, Goodbye Old Friend is about it's about losing somebody in your life and your own role within that relationship. So I think it was just me grappling with like a relationship that made me feel one way and then made me feel another, and I was having a really hard time no longer thinking of that past experience. So Goodbye Old Friend, I think, was a way for me to be like, okay, it's time for me to stop thinking about you. Peace, deuces. Let's see, Marry Me. I don't know about that. What songs are you excited to play live? What songs am I excited to play live? I'm losing people, man. I'm excited to play You Make It Easier / Cheesier. I'm excited to play Hark. I'm excited to play Goodbye Old Friend. Goodbye Old Friend's the funnest song to sing for me. Musical aesthetic influences for the new record. Definitely Joe Stafford was a big one, and Betty Goodman. I was listening to a lot of, jazz music. I would say Sybil Bayer, Karen Dalton, like all the classic, like East Side LA indie girl interests. That seemed to be where I fall into line, is what it was influenced. Also Rosemary's Baby, Christoph. So I can never remember how to pronounce his last name, but that score is really cool. Which song? We Love You in Turkey. Why didn't you release the song you played live for the Archer? Marry Me, will it be a deluxe? I hope so. Should I have somebody on? I'm gonna answer one of these. I'm gonna answer to... They're all men, so maybe not. No offense, guys, but the artist you heard the most in 2024 was Aretha Franklin, right? Did you like her music? What do you like about her music, and does it influence your writing? I definitely listened to a lot of Aretha Franklin. I think that it did not really influence my music. I just wouldn't even try to go there because she's a goddess and is the most talented powerhouse, like once in a lifetime, I think, once in a generation musician. So it inspires me, but I wouldn't say that I would never try to like directly reference Aretha Franklin. It would just be really sad, and people would be upset. I have a big tattoo dedicated to your first album, Belladonna. I would like to show it to you. That's really nice. I hope it's that cover, because I painted that cover, actually. Not that it's that good of a cover, but... I want to hear songs, don't know where to start. Can you recommend? I think The Mothership is a good way to start. That's why it's at the beginning. Oh my gosh, I have so many questions. Are you planning to tour more countries in America? More countries in America. I think America. I'm going to just America inside of America. Have you been working with a Spanish-speaking musician? I haven't, but I would love to. Do you like the Beach Boys? Yeah, I do. I really do. And it's just so sad that he's gone. I think he also had a lot of struggles, mentally. How's Alex? I'm fine. Thank you for asking. How did the initial construction of Unforgivable start? Was it based on an influencer riff? I was in a therapy session over Zoom, and I was visiting my family up in Portland. And then I got off and I picked up my guitar and I wrote it. I was having a hard time. I wanted it to be like a big song. I wanted it to have like, a big chorus. So I called Drew, and he helped me with making the chorus bigger. So it was, I guess, it was like my therapist said, well, it's unforgivable. And I was like, girl, yes, please, yes, Unforgivable. That's the song. That's what I did. How does your personal style evolve with each era of your music? This is so fun, actually. Are you exploring the different visual identity this time around? I am. I think that this time, because this was such a raw, like, all these songs are so, like, personal and raw to me, I guess there was, like, some sort of intuition that I had that I wanted it to be more of a refined and slicked back kind of visual identity for this record, and I think that was a way for me to protect myself from how vulnerable I feel about this record, which is also why it took me so long to get it finished. I think I just felt like I needed to be a different person or something, so that it wasn't so obvious how much like pain has been wrapped up in making this. So yeah, definitely a different music you're obsessed with right now. I've been listening to the band Love and the Psychedelic Furs a lot. Yeah, like the Specials. I'm kind of like a wavo at the moment. I really love the 80s. I think culture in the 80s was really like fun and exciting. How have you been the past few weeks? Are you planning to do something on your birthday? I've been good, yeah. I'm going on a trip. If you could be a mythical figure or creature, what would you choose? There's like a Greek god that's like the god of like duality or something like that, and I feel like I would be that. I can't remember. Or goddess. Top 3 movies that scared you the most. I guess, I don't know, I don't like gory films, so probably like Saw or something like that. And thank you guys for all the really nice, why isn't it above the lily pad? Because I was beneath the lily pad when I wrote it. I wasn't above the lily pad. I was down underwater, deep in the dark. Oh, you tour again? Yeah, I'm touring this year. Vinyl pressing? I hope so. How long have I been on here? Thank you guys. Cassette release, that would be fun. I'd love to go to Oregon. What's your favorite thing of being there? It's just the air is nice. Everywhere you look, you can see a mountain. The water tastes good. I used to love you, but you were the biggest anti-Semitic ever. That is insane. That's literally the most insane thing I've ever heard, and completely untrue. I'm gonna send that to some of my friends. You're doing collages again? Yeah. I do. I experiment with nylon strings or flamingo style guitars. Yeah, actually I wrote like pretty much this entire record on a nylon string classical guitar, which is why there's not really any electric going on because I just didn't want to deal with that. Why do you dye your hair? I think I thought that I wanted to be a different person, and so I dyed my hair. Oh. What do you think the stage would look like if you played this album? I'm not sure. I think I'm getting a little tired, you guys. Didn't even know there was a new album. Where's Marvin? Do I like Tame Impala's music? Come to New York. Now I'm just regurgitating. If my new album was a movie, which movie would it be? Maybe like Girl Interrupted. Yeah. Also Free Palestine, I agree. Am I gonna come to Columbia? Okay, now everybody's just saying come to wherever. Let's see. Do you pretend to release more jazzy songs? I absolutely love these. I would love to. I'm a jazz singer. I've trained as a jazz singer. Not many people know that, but so yeah, I would love to. What other questions? Sorry, I feel like maybe I've gone through all of the ones that I can. Okay, maybe I should go. Oh, what inspired you to start singing and songwriting? Feelings, I guess. Having feelings. My brother always wrote songs, and I used to sneak into his room and try to read his like chicken scratch of the lyrics that he was writing, and I think that looking at him do that made me realize that it was like a possibility to write songs. And I started when I was about 14, and I didn't really get that serious about it until I was like 17. But oh, you guys have the Mothership shirts? I'm glad. Those are really fun. Maybe I should show you. Oh, how's the process working with Drew for the first time? Well, Drew and I have been together for over 6 years, and so it wasn't really the first time that I had worked with him. Like, when we first met, we started doing little demos, and it's fun, like making music for fun together. And then we started doing this record, and it was kind of like, we're gonna co-produce whatever. And then I kind of stepped away, and I was like, okay, I trust you. I want you to produce it. Let's go. So it was really easy because like he's my best friend, and I've in the past haven't felt like I could speak up with other producers, and I felt like with Drew I was able to just say whatever I wanted because like I'm not gonna hurt his feelings, you know? Or if I am, he's not gonna say anything about it. No, he's a professional. He's good. What's the story behind Let Me Out? Oh, I wrote that. I wrote that when I wrote that in 2017 when my first album came out, and so that's what Let Me Out's about, to be honest. I love Melancholy Ammunition. What playlist inspired you? Yeah, that's a fun playlist that I made. Okay, I think maybe I'm gonna be... did you have any trouble switching from your last sound onto this sound for this album? I didn't have any trouble. It was just natural. I think if anything, I was kind of maybe forcing my sound to be a certain way with my first two albums, and this one I just decided to follow my instinct, which is probably why it took so long for me to get signed to a record label. Do you know Lana Del Rey? No, I don't. I mean, I've met her once, but I don't know her, really. You have Belladonna Sadness tattooed. That's really cool. Vinyl pressing, yes. Do you like the band Fontaines DC? I think I've met those guys, but I haven't really heard their music, so maybe I should check it out. I hear that people seem to really like them, so. What brand is your microwave? I don't know. What's your star sign? Well, it's my birthday tomorrow, and I'm a Gemini, and people are really weird about people being Geminis for some reason. Okay. Will you say hi? Okay, I think that's my sign to go. Bye, guys.